And then we'll get beautiful cards in the mail this week that I thought I would share with all of you. Right. So there I have it posted to Facebook. And we'll see if I do Twitter, because I don't want to type everything in when I'm already running so late. I don't have to type anything in. I'm already hooked up to Twitter. If I can just get this arrow to behave itself and go up there. Alright. We close all that down. And I will be popping back up here. I probably will not be watching the screen very much while I'm filming, because it does tend to lag a little bit, and so I'm not sure exactly what you're seeing at the moment. But I do have some show and tell. Put this down for now. I got this beautiful card using the new Your Tasty Treats stamp set. I believe it was from Deb, one of my team members, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful. And then in the mail today, I got 3 gorgeous Easter cards from my mom. And the kids and I are fighting over whose is the prettiest. So while you watch, I will let you vote. Here's mine. That's card A. You can see that it's stamped and there's some gold foil, and this is gold embossed and the gold foil and ribbon behind. And Falling in Love DSP. This is my son's. It's a cross. It looks like it was cut out of wood. And there's some probably linen thread on it and purple ribbon. And that would be card B. And then my daughter's, which is a gold cross with the palm trees and the gold embossed Happy Easter and the ribbon behind it. And that would be card C. So if you want to vote on which one is the prettiest, we will see what you guys think. The card we're going to work on today is this. Let me fix my light. This cupcake card. It's using the Sprinkles of Life stamp set. And I did gold emboss the cupcake paper, and we're not going to gold emboss today. We'll just stamp. But I will show you how easy this beautiful card is to make. And of course, I stamped glitter on the inside too. Alright, so I am going to see if my wheelchair can move forward in this mess. And I will get started. Using the Garden Green cardstock, and it's cut 8.5 by 5.5, and then we're going to go ahead and fold that in half. Use my trusty bone folder to get a nice crisp fold. And then I have cut 2 of the Whisper White pieces, one for the front and one for the inside, and these are 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm just gonna set it there for now. Have this little tiny extra scraps of Whisper white paper that we're gonna stamp on. So the first thing I will get out is this stamp, which is used sometimes for we used it for the clouds last week. We're going to use it for ice cream scoops next week. But this week we're going to use it for the frosting on the top of the cupcake. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that in Peekaboo Peach. Keep dropping things. There is the Peekaboo Peach. And then I forgot to get the colors out for the sprinkles on the top of the cupcake. But we'll go ahead and get that done right now as well. Oh, sorry. Trying to clean off my stamps as we go, or else I don't have any idea what's going on afterwards if I leave everything out. So put the Peekaboo Peach back. I think I use those 3 colors. So go ahead and put the cupcake frosting stamp back. I've gotten the cupcake base out for in a minute. And the candle we'll need in a minute. And this is the sentiment I want to use after a bit. But I am getting the sprinkles out. And I will put the sweet sugar plum sprinkles on first. Just gonna randomly put them on the card, on the cupcake, and then I will clean off the stamp and we'll do another color. Probably, I think, the Flirty Flamingo. There. Oh, I keep thinking I've turned off my tablet, but it apparently isn't turned off. That's my son laughing in the background. Do you think it's funny that it's not turned off, that it keeps singing to us? Okay, we'll see if that worked. Add some more Flirty Flamingo. And then I will clean that color off. I should be stamping just some little sprinkles on the inside of my card before I put away those stamp pads. I'm going to pull the sweet sugar plum back out and make sure I do that. think I might get the Flirty Flamingo out one more time. The corner. Just a reminder for everyone while I'm stamping, the 2016-17 annual catalog is retiring at the end of May. And so there are a lot of products that are retiring. Some of them are on sale. Make sure you check out my store, angelstamps.stampinup.net, and see if there's anything that you think you can't live without. Because if you don't get it before it's gone, you might just have to live without it. Oops. I just dropped my sprinkle stick. Let me see if I can find it. No, I will have to do some looking for it later. So, I guess that means that's all the sprinkles that cupcake needed. And I will go on a search for my sprinkle stamp after we're done recording. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp the cupcake base in soft suede. And now I will get that all cleaned up and put away. And then I'm going to use the punch. This is the handy dandy tree builder punch, which you wouldn't think would go with a cupcake, but it will punch out the frosting from the top of your cupcake. There we have that. Trying to decide if I have room to stamp the candle on that piece of paper or not. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out the cupcake liner and then see what we think. These are the scissors that I use. Stampin' Up does have a really great set of snips that are not, as my daughter calls these, murder scissors. So if you need some scissors, I would check out those snips. Okay, there's my cupcake base. And I will put the candle on the stamp block and then just, yeah, it's gonna work on that piece of paper if I can manage to actually put it where it's supposed to go. And I'm using the Garden Green ink color for this stamp. Better get a baby wipe and wipe off some of the excess ink color on my bullock. I just wiped it off the candle too. So we'll get that taken care of. And then ink up the candle one more time before I stamp it. Okay. Let's see if I can hit this little piece of paper. Gorgeous. I am going to use the blender pens to and the watercolor pencils to make the flame of the candle a little yellow. Candle back, so I am only searching for the sprinkles later. Like I said, I did originally use gold embossing powder on the cupcake paper, and so if you have a heat gun and you have gold embossing powder at home, you might want to just try that out and see how that works for you. I am not going to use the blender pen, I don't think. I'm just going to use the watercolored pencil as a colored pencil and color in the flame. Then I will be using my scissors to go ahead and cut that candle out. I am fussy cutting it. Now you'll notice I don't go in there and make that. You could cut the candle out and cut the flame out and attach them separately, but today I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cut like so. Now, I think I'm going to wait and finish the inside of my card later because I made a little boo-boo. And I'm going to need to redo it and do the sprinkles. But I will go ahead and flip it over and do these words. Because I just love them so much and I want you to get to see them. I'm going to use the Peekaboo Peach and stamp on it. And I will be making sure the words are the right way because I've done that before. Stamp the words. And there we have it. Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy cupcakes, and that's kind of the same thing. So, I will finish that up when I find my sprinkles stamp, and take a picture and include it on my blog along with the recording of this video later. Go ahead and put this one back. If you didn't buy this stamp set and to join with me while I am making cards this month, I highly encourage this stamp set. It is so versatile. It has a ton of different sentiments, things that can be used for birthdays, for just because, for I'm so lucky to call you my friend. There is another cupcake sentiment stamp that I'm not using on this card, but you might want to use on yours. It says, "You are the sprinkles on the cupcake of life." And then you could put a thanks a bunch or happy birthday, whatever you, I'm so lucky to call you my friend, whatever you would like to put on there. I'm going to go ahead and put up my watercolor pencils and get out my fine tip glue pen. This is what I'm going to be using to put the cupcake together. So you'll see I left some white space at the top of the cupcake base, and that is so I can just put glue on there and then glue the top of the cupcake right over that, and then I'm just going to put some glue right on the candle and take it and stick it in the middle of the cupcake. And I've glued it to my grid sheet. So let me see if I can get that off there. Yes, I did. And I will be waiting. Here's my cupcake, but it needs to wait for me to do a little bit more to get ready to put it on the outside of my card. Let me hurry and get this lid back on my fine tip glue so that it doesn't dry itself shut. It's one of the greatest things about this is the little needle that inserts itself into the tip, so that it keeps it always clear and the glue is always right there for you. Put that aside for later. I'm done stamping. There. That's not too bad. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my Tombow, my liquid glue, and get this whisper white layer on the front of the card. Okay. So there's that. Try to set it upside down so the glue will run towards the top, and then I put it on the front. Now it is time to grab the decorative paper for the front, and we're going to cut that and get it ready to put on. So this is a 6x6 sheet of paper. It's from a retired set. But what I do first is I will go ahead and cut it. Okay, my white layer was 5 1/4 by 4, so I will cut this 5 by 3 3/4. This should be the right size. I'm checking. Okay. And then I will cut it in half both directions. So let me think. 5 is 2 1/2. And then 3 3/4. That's a little bit harder. 3 is 1 1/2, and then another 3/4. Okay, so we have 1 1/2, and then a half would be another 1/4, and then another 3/4. Well, make it right about there. Okay, so here we have our 4 pieces to put on the front of the card, and we're going to lay them out because I'm sure they're not all 4 exactly the same size, and so I will want to figure out where I want them before I glue them. Right, there is my little window or quilt or decoration, whatever you call it. And then I will start gluing them down. This is the part where those of you who like things to be absolutely exact would benefit from the use of the grid paper, which is right in front of me, or would benefit from the Stampin' jigs, so you can line things up and make them exactly how you want them, to the millimeter. That is not how I make cards, however. So I like to just kind of eyeball it, and what looks good, it feels good to me, is what I do. But if you want to have some fun, if you've received a card from me, you can measure the edges and see exactly how far off I am, and let me know. I'm not sure I would care, but it might be fun to know. Alright. So there I have my first 2 panels down, and 2 more to go. And then we're going to get the big shot of out and make the circle base for the cupcake. And it is in sky blue. I love that Stampin' Up! Is so versatile and works with pretty much all of our personalities. If you want to be exact in your measurements, there are tools out there to help you do that. If you're like me and you don't really care, that's okay. There are also ways to just kind of guesstimate and make your cards still look absolutely beautiful. Put my Tombow away and go ahead and grab my Big Shot. I did set it up a little bit before we got started. So I did lay down my piece of sky blue paper, and this is a circle of my layering circles. I just went ahead and found one that I thought looked like the right size. I think it might be just a size bigger than my original card, but I thought that was the size I wanted to use today. And here we go. Oh, I keep dropping everything. Here's my little sky blue circle. And I will put my framelit over there to pick it up later. But I am going to go ahead and put my Big Shot platforms away. Okay, now we use dimensionals, and I have not been cutting my dimensionals apart. I just haven't been, but I am going to put some on this cupcake and then attach the cupcake to the blue circle. I'm only putting a couple. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the circle. I think I might actually put 4 or 3. Maybe 3. And I'm going to take these little tiny pieces off the background. And then I attach it right in the center. So, there you have it. That we have put the card together this week. If you wanted, you could stamp a sentiment directly on the front of one of these panels. I will be finishing up my inside and then taking a picture of it before I put this recording on the blog. And I am just going to look real quick and see if I had anybody with me live today. I don't have any comments, but that doesn't necessarily... Oh, only one live. I don't know if that means me or if there's somebody out there watching live. But just in case you watch the recording later, I still would like to hear your vote on the Easter cards for which one you think wins the prize. Here is A, B, and C. These were the cards sent to my family by my mother. So I will be shutting off recording now, and the recording of this video will be online later this afternoon. And I hope if you didn't get to see it live that you can watch it then.